Pickles, onions, tomatoes, bun, patty, lettuce. It's a formula. It's a formula we love. And they use that sweet formula against us.
Fast food hijacks your brain like a drug. Bliss Point formula equals dopamine surge. Your brain rewires for craving, not nutrition. It's an engineered addiction.
Fast food was first invented back in, 50s, 60s. It was a wholesome thing. It was a meal, a decent, hearty meal you could get for your family quickly at a cheap price. In the 80s and 90s came and everything became corporate and capitalistic, and well, now it's just about profit margins, serving you something engineered to make you want more, keep you coming back, even though you know it's not good for you. It's a formula they used against us, and that's something we see over and over and over, even in the most innocent sense of big pharma. Medicine, modern medicine is great, and it's for a healing purpose and to help somebody get better or feel better or do more, and it's been turned against us.
Ultimately, when it comes down to it, when you hear what they are saying, for example, like, oh, well, prescription drug prices are flying through the roof and people can't afford insulin. Diabetics can't afford insulin, and seniors can't afford the medicine that they need. But when you actually look at the results, even though politicians complain about it, there's not a regulation of big pharma that would actually seek to start solving some of these problems in the ways that people need help. And that's just one example of many.
That means that millions of Americans go without the treatment that their doctors recommend. The result, some will actually die and others will become much sicker than they should.
Just like the same pattern you'll see everywhere. Insurance is a good concept until it's not.
If you come into my pharmacy, your grandma comes in and she tries to fill a prescription, I'll give you metformin. My cost on metformin is roughly $2. I would sell her metformin for $4. As soon as she discloses that she has insurance, I have a gag clause. I am not allowed to tell her my cash pay price. I swipe her insurance card, boom, copay $10. She gets her medicine, I charge her $10. Immediately when I swipe that card and I enter all that in the computer, I get a $7 clawback. Where does it go? It goes to the PBM. I could have saved her $6, but I can't disclose to her. I make less money, she pays more money, and the money goes back to the big insurance companies.
We got to see things for ourselves at a ground level, and if I saw it, I'm sure other people saw it. And it starts at the top, literally with Tops.
It goes to some of the things I've talked about many times on this channel over the last few years. So I want to use this as sort of a leaping point to remind you guys that modern day print runs are insane. They've been insane for a long bloody time, and you need to be very calculated with what it is you're going to chase.
See it all. Fanatics was bought for $500 million. That's $500 million. And they got a deal based off how the market was at the time, and certain pieces probably could be valued much higher than that. And look what Tops is doing. It's the same formula as ketchup, mustard, pickle, patty, bun. It's something people love, and they're using it against us. They're just using it against us. And I want to start what we saw. People start card businesses for all sorts of reasons. Let's move away from Tops for a moment. And it's normally good intention. I'd say 99% of the time, it is a good intention, idea, thought. People start a card business out of love. They enjoy cards. They think they can maybe spend a life in cards. People have a family. Maybe they want to support a family. They think it's a good way, a nice, wholesome way they could support their family. They start a business. Some people want to be an entrepreneur. They want to work for themselves. It's a way they feel, okay, I can work for myself. But then real world shows up. And you start going to sushi 2 or 3 times a week when you shouldn't, but your business, your cards, your whatever is helping support that habit. And you got to keep that lifestyle. You get a Zen habit. You start buying and this is something you need to keep up. More real world. You hire on staff. You have a few kids. And all of a sudden, profits matter. It's not just something you're doing as a side hustle, as a business to keep up, to where you're going to go next. You're scaling. At this point, when you scale, other priorities take place. Maybe you put some of your money in other investments. You need to keep growing your money. As human nature, we want more. We want to keep growing. There becomes a tipping point where that wanting more, that supporting your family, the extra kids, becomes a competition with the other company, or becomes a way, hey, can I make more than I made last year? Or hey, I want to do these couple special things or plan for retirement. I got to even make more. My kid's going to college. I got to make more. And there's also a certain smaller percentage that just turns and sees the money and turns greedy. And you see that with other corporations too, especially with CEO bonuses. Everybody's got a price. Everybody does have a price. Unfortunately, Topps just sold out. It's gotten to a point where if I saw it, you saw it, it's become ridiculous. They're printing products it seems like every damn day in some certain sport. With Topps now, they are printing product every day. Now they have the lotto with you buy a Topps now, it has the one of one auto. Someone out of 15,000, 30,000, 50,000 are going to hit this card. Well, they sold each card for $11, $12. And one lucky winner is going to hit a $2,000, a $500, a $10,000 card. It's become the formula. They are releasing a formula. It's somewhat taking advantage of new people in the hobby, people that have somewhat of a tick for gambling or get lost in the fog. It's become a machine. I didn't want to get lost in the weeds. I could go way more in depth in how fast food and big pharma and insurance and whatever other damn thing you could think of that is just at this point monopolize a corporate structure that doesn't necessarily benefit you and I. And I feel like cards, unfortunately, we're at that point where it seems like, and Pokemon is right behind. You see the huge buzz, the huge hype, and it seems like it's starting to die. And people, they've just printed too much of it. They got a bit greedy. They're overprinting. There's too much product. There's over like 1,000 Pokemon now. Am I wrong? I don't think I'm wrong. Comment below, what do you think? Has Topps and sports cards moved to this corporate formula and system that, isn't best for maybe people that really love cards and are going to stick around cards for the long term? Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you have not. As always, have a great day. Hit the like button to help spread the video, the channel, the message. Everybody's got a price.
Everybody's got a price.